Welcome, it's Investment Options. I am Niyi Akinshiju. This edition we're looking at alkaline water, the health and commercial benefits of this rare form of water. And it's not exactly rare, it's around us. And we can actually start evolving it way from the 1980s when, for whatever reason, I think it's one, for reason of health and for the reason of class, the table water concept was introduced into Nigeria. In no time, the table water concept caught on fast, so much that from the bottled water, we now have sachet water everywhere in Nigeria, and that well has its own health hazard too, environmental hazard too. But experts are now coming on to say that what we think is pure water is actually hazardous water. And in replacement of this, or an improvement of this, is what is known as alkaline water. This is the object of our discussion this week, and I'm very sure you're going to enjoy every bit of it. But it's also important that you pick your pen and your paper, because it's going to be educative, and I'm very sure you don't want to go anywhere until we come back and I introduce my guest. Welcome back. It's still Investment Options, and we're looking at alkaline water, the health and commercial benefits of this rare form of water that I'm very sure will catch on in Nigeria very, very fast. To discuss this is an expert in so many fields that got to do with water. I would just say is an hydroceutical. Now that may sound foreign, but it's actually biological. Dr. Henry Osuji, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
And with him is Patsy Oparako, the president Do Health Foundation. Patsy.
Thank you very much.
All right. So we're discussing alkaline water, and when I was first introduced to this, I was like, well, I've heard of alkaline back in the days of when we were students in secondary school, and we were, in chemistry and all that, basic chemistry. Sure. I was wondering what exactly is the difference between alkaline and alkaline water. So
Sure.
So what is it, doctor? Can you quickly give us a brief definition of this?
Okay. Naturally, in nature, we have two types of water, or even three types. We have water that is neutral, that is not acidic and not alkaline. And we have water that is acidic, and we also have water that is alkaline. Water that is acidic is water that lacks oxygen. When it is drunk or cooked with for a very long time, it turns the body into an acidic environment where germs can breathe and one lacks oxygen. Now, alkaline water is the opposite. It is water that is full of oxygen. It is water that has antioxidant property. It is water that helps you rehydrate faster, that it makes water run more deeply and faster into the cells to clean up the cells and bring out the waste products that are eliminated through the kidneys and so on. So alkaline water is actually our first line of defense, because when nutrition fails, then we start thinking of chemical medicine.
All right, that's in a nutshell. Patsy, I'm very sure you are quite familiar with the alkaline water concept, And do you think it's a rare thing? Is it a rare thing in Nigeria? Is it the first time we should be hearing of it?
Not really. It's not rare in the actual sense of it, but it is rare in that, we just heard about alkalinity from the basic chemistry we do in school, and that is more, the much we know about it. We don't really know that there are more beyond, what we learned in secondary school. Yeah. And this is, a new area, all over the world, okay. And Nigeria in question.
All right. Now, Doc, my concern now is this. Virtually every Nigerian, and I'm saying every Nigerian, in township, in villages, in the rural community, more or less take either table water, that's the bottled water, or the sachet water, And the reason for that is that this is pure water. Most marketing line or the selling line for some of these table water is that they are sourced direct from nature's borehole and nature's sources. Now, if that is the reason we are drinking such water, why would alkaline water be better?
Very good question. Actually, water that comes from the boreholes or the wells, almost all over Nigeria, I've conducted a lot of tests, and I found out that they are mostly very acidic. Now, when we drink acidic water, as I said, it's not the best for us. Alkaline water helps us improve our health. It helps our body to heal itself, because when we eat acidic foods, drink acidic drinks for over a period of time, our body will accumulate acids, and we will not be able to evacuate. The glands, the cells in the body will not function correctly, because the human blood is meant to be at a pH. pH is a measure of acidity or alkalinity in any solution in our blood. Our body is alkaline, so we need to feed it with alkaline water so that it doesn't go acidic, because when acidity in the system, then we develop diseases, aging faster, and so on. So alkaline water is the opposite of acidic water, because in secondary school chemistry we also learned that acid and bases are opposite. Base is alkaline. It's another word expression for alkaline water, base. So when acid and base or alkaline meet, they neutralize each other. That is, alkaline water neutralizes the acidic water and makes it alkaline, which our body needs. So the pH, that is the alkaline level of the human blood, is 7.365. When we check that figure, it reminds us to keep our body alkaline 7 days in a week and 365 days in a year. So it's a memorable figure which we should all have in mind. Alkaline water is our first line of defense. We shall come to it later.
All right, okay. Then now, what my border is this, and this will go to parts. I mean, you are based in France.
Yes.
So you may not be too tuned to our environment. I know that for how many years now we've been accustomed to table water, pure water. You know, pure water now would aggregate to sachet water. From what Doctor has said here, we were looking at pure water, pure as in pure.
Okay.
Now by saying, hey, it's not enough that we are drinking pure water. You know, that we should also be conscious of the acidic content of it. But what has happened to us since we started drinking pure water?
Thank you very much, Nii. You've said it all. A lot of people are dying every day without our knowing it. And in most cases, you know, in Nigeria, people don't really die naturally. It's either that, you know, you have been attacked by some witchcraft or something else or whatever, you know. But the fact is that it is what you eat or what you drink. One has to really be conscious of that. Yeah. You know, when you go down the line and find out, you know, issues like we learn every day, and knowledge, they say, is power. If you're not really informed about things, you don't know about it. This is a new area. It's rare. We have heard about alkaline, like I said before, but we've not really taken time to dig into it, to know what it entails. There is much, you know, to do about this, and it is highly revealing. And that is what Dr. Swiji has tried to bring, you know, home here. And we should have to appreciate that. All right,
now, I would want us to strictly, because either we like it or not, we have become stereotyped in the way we look at table water and all this other water. You know? And for us, the highest form of hygiene is to drink table water. You know? Now, can we differentiate strictly between table water being a germ-free water, you know, and table water being acidic water, you know, and how would we get that improvement with alkaline water?
Okay, thank you very much. Now, let me mention somebody who is well known in microbiology. Louis Pasteur is a French who invented the pasteurization system of killing germs or controlling germs. He said we drink 90% of our diseases. And that not only, it's not even the germs we need to worry about, but the acidic, our inner acidic terrain. That is the acidic environment inside our bodies. Because acidity breeds germs. And these germs do not survive. They cannot thrive in an alkaline environment where there is oxygen, because they are what we call anaerobic germs. Once you present them to the presence of oxygen, they start dying. So that is how alkaline water, because it contains more oxygen, it oxygenates our system and does not allow germs to breathe. That is one way in which it helps to make us maintain our health. So it's not sufficient just to say my water is germ-free, therefore it is pure. The original meaning of that pure water is in terms of chemical neutrality. That is water that is neither acidic nor alkaline. Water that is pure, is neutral. There may be acidity inside it, but there is equal alkalinity to match it. So that is the original meaning of pure water. So we need both germ-free and then alkaline.
All right. Okay. So now, what would be the ideal level? If you have the neutral,
Correct.
What should be my preference?
Okay. Your preference should be what we call high alkaline water,
Okay.
which is water that has a pH of 9.5 and above. pH is a scale on which you measure the acidity or the alkalinity of water, since we are talking about water. This scale runs from 0 to 14. The middle is 7, that is the neutral. So neutral water should measure a pH. pH means potential hydrogen, like as if you are writing Port Harcourt in short form. So 7 is the middle, and that is the neutral. Anything below 7 is acidic. Anything above 7 is alkaline. So you tend towards 14, which is the highest. The higher you go, the better. But we limit ourselves to pH 10. That is the ideal. So anything pH 9.5 and above is what we call high alkaline water, and it is okay. It is therapeutic by nature. It is not a drug we are manufacturing.
I want you to elaborate now on that therapeutic nature. I mean, what does it do specifically in terms of being therapeutic?
Okay. Now, as we eat, as we speak, as we look, as we think, as we sleep, whatever we are doing, we are using energy. Even when you are sleeping, you think you are resting. You consume what we call metal metabolism. So that it requires energy from you, even for breathing. So as long as our body is using energy, it is creating waste products in our cells. Those waste products are mostly acidic, and they need to be evacuated. If your blood is not alkaline, it cannot neutralize the acids and send them out through the kidneys, the lungs, and so on. So as we are eating acidic food, we are drinking acidic soft drinks, we are inhaling polluted air, all the environmental pollution, we are accumulating acids. And especially as we go through stress. Stress is one of the heaviest acidifiers we have. And you know how often people come in contact with stress today. So every day we build up acids. They need to be eliminated from our system. The easiest way and the fastest way to do this is to drink alkaline water. And alkaline water that is effective in bringing out these acidic products is alkaline water that is high. That is the pH of 9 and above. So it's best to drink pH 9.5. So what does it do? When alkaline water enters the stomach is supposed to be acidic in nature for it to carry out its function. So there is hydrochloric acid in the stomach. The pH is very low. That is very acidic. So anything that is alkaline that goes into the stomach, the body will react to neutralize that alkalinity. How does it do it? It will now prompt the stomach walls to release sodium salt, that is the normal salt we eat, water and carbon dioxide, and it will combine all of them to produce another hydrochloric acid in order to neutralize this alkalinity. By so doing, automatically it will also produce what we call sodium bicarbonate, which many people know. You buy them in the pharmacy if you have constipation and so on. So it's already, you know, it is therapeutic by nature. So drinking alkaline water will push our stomach to produce sodium bicarbonate, which enters the bloodstream and therefore neutralizes the excess acids in the blood. That is why we say alkaline water is a natural healer, because it makes the body to heal itself. So if these acids are not evacuated, they will accumulate somewhere, and if the body is not able to handle it so much, it will convert them into fat and all those things, and they will go and store somewhere and they will start accumulating. So alkaline water helps to dissolve and melt away stored fats, acidic waste products, and so on.
Okay, then we'll take a break here. When we come back, we continue with our discussion. I'm very sure you don't want to go anywhere. Investment options, and we're looking at alkaline water, the health and commercial aspect of it. Don't forget, we're still discussing the health aspect of it. We are going to discuss the commercial aspect of it. But meanwhile, Doc, how do you establish an acidic water?
Okay, now luckily for us, there is a very simple way to measure the acidity or alkalinity of water. I've already mentioned the pH scale, which is a measurement of the extent to which water is alkaline or acidic. Here on the table, we have what we call pH testers. Even in the secondary schools, we have some of them. You have litmus paper and all those turning red and blue, but this is more advanced. We can use this pH tester, with the specimens of water we want to test. You put the water in, you put a few drops of this liquid, and then you compare the color you have with this color chart. And against each color is written a figure. That figure shows the pH of the water. So that's what we are going to do right now. Here we have taken some sachet waters. It is representative of the water that occurs in Nigeria. The sachet water is here. We shall start by testing it and see what it gives. And now this is alkaline water that has been alkalized, and we shall see the difference. Okay, so I will start by taking 5 mils. We follow the instructions on the guide. We're not going to read the guide now. So I take about 5 ml. This a bit, okay, let me pour a little bit out. Okay, this is okay. Now, I will add 4 drops of this pH testing liquid. And then actually we have to wait for about 3 minutes to see the result, what is the same thing. Because it will give us a clue. 1, 2, 3, 4 drops. And we shake a little bit. We shall discover the result together. So this is sachet water that we poured into this bottle. Now, if you can see the color with me, if I place it here, it corresponds to the color bearing 4.5. That is the acidity of the water is 4.5. Remember that neutral water should be 7. So we are 2.5 points below neutral level. What does that mean? It means this water is about 500 times more acidic than what neutral water should be.
What normal water? A
normal water that is said to be neutral. Now, on this pH scale, when we move from one point to the other, either below or above, the difference is 10 times, actually. So, if we have water that is 7 on pH scale and compare it with water that is 6, it means the 6 pH is 10 times more acidic than 7. Now we have gone down as low as 4.5, which is 2.5 points below 7. It means we are 10 times 10 times 5, which is 10 times 10, 100 times 5, 500 times more acidic than neutral. This is actually not good for human consumption, even though it may be germ-free. So it is germ-free, but it is unhealthy. Okay, now we shall pour this away and now test water that is alkaline water that has been alkalized. So let me rinse. Okay, close this. So this water has been alkalized by our own service. Later we shall teach people on how to do this. So just know that we are now trying to test the alkaline water. It's about 5. Again, I will put 4 drops of the testing liquid. Let's see what we shall have as result. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's discover the result together. This is purple. In fact, the highest purple on the chart, which is pH 10. So this is actually what the body needs. When you drink 130 cl, that is equivalent of 1 can Coke size of 10 pH water, it adds 84 milligrams of sodium bicarbonate to your blood. It's a figure. So this is how we measure pH and how to determine water that is alkaline or acidic.
All right, here we are. Or rather, how to determine water that is germ-free and that is alkaline full.
Right.
Water that is alkaline. Let me use that
Yes.
word. That is alkaline
water.
and water that is germ-free. So what doctor is saying here is, it is not enough for your water to be germ-free. Now, coming to the commercial aspect of it, I intentionally started from the background of the 1980s, and we now have a full industry in germ-free water, what we call table water and sachet water. Now, from here hence, if you are an entrepreneur or a budding entrepreneur, a community leader, or a crusader for good, I think it is good we start thinking alkaline. And doctor here, he's on visitation to Nigeria from Paris, and he's going to give us a background on what he's trying to do to educate Nigeria, to train Nigeria in the act of alkalizing our water. I hope that grammar is proper.
Yeah, to alkalize water. It's okay, everything is acceptable. Once alkaline is there.
All right. Yeah. So what are your efforts? What are you doing to educate Nigerians?
Okay. Actually, I've set up a program which I called HART DISC in short. I will explain. It means hydroceutical approach to disease control. That means how we can face diseases and infirmities using only water. But water should be our first line of defense because it's everywhere. When you look at nature even, our body is 75% water. The earth is covered by 75% water. So we are really born in water. And since we have known that we drink 90% of our diseases, and we drink water every day, it's better to focus on water. So the program is to work through NGOs like Do Health Foundation and others who may be interested to train those who will train others in what we call hydroceutical science or technology. That is how to recognize the different status of water, how to disinfect water, how to de-acidify, that is remove acid from water, and how to alkalize water, making it alkaline as we've seen, and again, how to oxidize water. That's another aspect of it. Oxidized water is a natural antibiotic that rarely any germs resist. You can use it externally, you can use it to wash your face when you have Apollo eye, you can use it to brush to remove bacterial plague, you can use it to heal wounds and so on that refuse to heal. So there is a lot to it. Now, through NGOs like this, we train people and make them understand these functions. They become hydroceutical practitioners or technicians. So they can go into the communities. They can go into communities, train others, teach them about their water status and how water can help them to maintain their health.
So what we are saying is a new industry is in the making, all right? And Patsy here, who is the president of Do Health Foundation, we want to throw some light on the training program. Do you have any training program coming up soon?
Yeah, we are going to have training now that doctor is around, and when he goes, the training will be ongoing. It could be one-on-one training, it could be group training.
Will it cost so much to be part of this?
No, it's free. The training is going to be free, but the first training we are going to have on this will be on the 7th of February. 7th of February. At 72 Kudrat Abiola Way, Oregu Road, Ikeja.
Well, anyway, they have the phone
yes,
the phone number scrolling there. Call the phone numbers if you are interested in the training.
And get more information on the training.
And it's for free.
It's for free.
I was thinking that to get involved in this kind of business, you're looking at millions of naira.
No, because healthcare now, even what the federal government and the world leaders are trying to do as far as health is concerned is to take it down to the communities. Bringing health near a closed door. And you know that to access medication is highly expensive. So we in the NGO or civil society group is making it available for the, down
very
trading.
cheaper rate
Yes,
and
at
all
a
that.
very
And of
cheaper
course,
rate.
what was the commercial angle to this, Doc?
The commercial,
Angle to alkaline water.
yeah, now alkaline water actually to produce this is a bit costly because we are starting. Yeah, but with the help of NGOs like this, we can help get to the communities. And we are trying to do it on a one-to-one basis. That's why we train practitioners people can consult with, and they will now dispense these waters, teaching people how to use them and so on. So it is provided for in the NAFDAC guidelines.
My fear is, are you not going to push into distinction table water, sachet water?
No, actually, we are going to still use the table waters and the sachet waters we shall use them to dilute concentrated alkaline water in order to have high pH water.
All right, so it's an industry that is evolving into another industry.
And they
Correct.
can buy into it and use it to make their own water.
For sure, yeah, they can alkalize their water.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Osuji, for coming on the program, and Patsy Oparako, President Do Health Foundation. Thank you so much for coming on the program.
Thank you.
Thank you for inviting us.
It's our pleasure. All right,
Thank
so
you.
till next week we will do it again. I'm very sure you want to be in touch with Dr. Osuji and Patsy Oparako on alkaline water. I have been alkalized. Till next week.